Guys. So today I would like to talk to you about transportation costs and keeping those costs low and hopefully making them as frugal as possible. So this video is going to be covering some car ownership costs and also some rideshare costs options. I'm not going to call this kind of a frugal how-to, or this is the be-all end-all of what's going to solve all of our money woes. Let's think of this video as more like a coffee talk. Imagine me sitting down with you in a coffee shop, and we're going to have our very favorite coffee or latte or whatever is the most popular sugary caffeinated beverage of our times. And I just wanted to talk about some of my car issues and my car woes and some solutions that I've come up with recently, and hopefully some of my troubles and solutions might start a conversation and get you to think a little bit about your car ownership and your costs, and maybe hope jazz up some ideas in your brain, how we can work on reducing some of our costs. And most of my car ownership kind of issues, transportation thoughts, it's about commuting to work. You know, most of the time I'm just trying to get to the job. I'm just trying to figure out how do I keep my costs low so I can just make payments and just get by month to month. So this is kind of what this talk and video is going to be about, is just month to month. How do I keep my costs low? How do I not get squeezed so hard for the car loans and maintenance? About a year ago, I purchased a Kia Soul. It was a 2020. It was already about 4 years old when I purchased it. It was in decent shape. I did some research on Kia Souls. They seemed like they'd be a pretty reliable, not too heavy maintenance-driven vehicle. So that's how I ended up with a Kia Soul. I had been a dedicated Toyota RAV4 kind of owner, because those were good for maintenance and not too costly. But the last few years, their prices have really increased. So I decided to give the Kia Souls a shot. And my experience has just not been great as far as maintenance goes. And I don't want to throw any shade onto the Kias in general, but let me just put up some pictures of lemons. Beautiful lemons. They're bright and colorful, and I'm not going to knock Kia. Just look at some lemons. They're very lovely. So with my Kia, the power steering kept on going out, and if I'm not a very strong person, I can't drive a car without power steering. So when that happens, I've had to call a tow truck and get it into the shop. And by the time we get into the shop, there's no issues. The steering is working fine. The mechanics are looking at the error codes and the logs, and everything's fine. And there's nothing they can do to help me. So I'm wasting my time and my money with the tows and the mechanics. And in the meantime, I'm just really doing some soul searching and really just thinking about my Kia Soul and my car payment. It's not the most expensive vehicle ever. And it shouldn't be a make or break kind of thought process and decision making. But this is the Kia Soul, and this was the situation I was in. And here's some beautiful pictures of some lemons. So month to month, my car loan was about $500. Pretty reasonable, not too spendy. But it's not just the car loan that we're talking about here. Car ownership isn't just the loan. It's also the insurance. Insurance used to be a lot cheaper for me. But with this Kia Soul, the insurance month to month, it's about $100. Again, you might not be thinking that's the worst thing ever, but we're already $500 into the loan, and now we're going to tack on $100 for some insurance, and we haven't even gotten to the gas portion of things. I'm not in a huge city, and mostly what I use my car for is commuting to work, which is less 5 minutes away, 10 minutes at most. Not too bad, but all in all, it's about $20 for gas, for my minimal use. Again, I try to keep my costs low, so I try not to use my vehicle when I don't have to. But it's all starting to add up for the car ownership. So we've got the $500 for the car loan. We've got $100 for the insurance, $20 for the gas, and this vehicle is already $620 a month, and all of a sudden I'm having car issues, maintenance issues, unusable car. It's just really starting to make me think about the reliability of my vehicle and what it's going to be like month to month. So I decided to do something a little bit drastic here. I made a switch and I sold my car. I decided, what, I'll just pay it off. Let's just get rid of this loan. Let's just even the playing field and stop draining my money into the tow trucks and the mechanics. And I'm trying out some ride shares. So I'm in Des Moines, Iowa. There's a decent amount of ride share options. We've got Lyft and we've got some Ubers. And there's enough people doing those kind of contract kind of work, so I can get a ride early in the morning to get to work. Plenty of options for getting home as well. I'm in the city of Des Moines. I live here, and my job site is also here. So doing the ride shares is very feasible. Not too expensive. I'm about a mile from work, so it's not much of a commute at all. It's actually pretty cheap, and if I wanted to, I could even just walk or take a bike or something to work if that's what I chose. But when I go to work early in the morning, it's dark, and I'd rather not be out on the street when it's dark and black. So I'm trying out these ride shares, and it's not really too bad. It's the costs aren't as high as I thought it was going to be. I remember taking taxis like 20 or 30 years ago, and I felt like the taxis were really expensive. But these ride shares, for my purposes, it's about $5 or $6. It's actually pretty cheap per ride. And there is a difference in my town for Ubers or Lyfts. I have discovered that Lyfts are a lot cheaper. So definitely if you're thinking about Ubers and Lyfts, definitely do a cost comparison for your town. I am making, I think, a lot better and frugal decisions with Lyfts. So definitely do some cost comparisons for your town if you're thinking about maybe ditching your car and trying out ride shares. But I just wanted to kind of go through some of the options that I've found. I leave for work early in the morning, like I said, when it's still dark. And usually if I'm willing to wait about 20 minutes, Lyft kind of has a discount. So usually first thing in the morning, my ride is about $4.99. Just it's a lot of planning, and I start the mobile app about 15 minutes before before I really want to go. So that actually saves me some time. So definitely do a little bit of scheduling and a little bit of coordination, and that will save you some time if you do the lifts. They do try to, if you schedule it, they will give you a discount. So that's pretty sweet. So this is kind of my coffee talk on what I've been through in the past few months with my car, and making a decision just to ditch it for now, and trying out rideshare. So if you're looking for some frugal transportation options, definitely take a look at Ubers and Lyfts in your area, and hopefully you will find some ways to save some money off of your transportation costs. Thank you for listening to this coffee talk, and I hope you have a great day. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any thoughts on how others can get a discount on some of their transportation costs and save some money, definitely throw it in the comments. I would love to hear how you guys are getting by and commuting to work and reducing your costs and living your best frugal life.